ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सच्चिदानंदरूपाय कृष्णाय क्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदांतवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। श्री गणेश शारदा गुरुभ्यो नमः। शिवाय गुरवे नमः। So in the last session, we did this 19th verse. Vayam tu na vitrupyama uttama sloka vikrame yat shrunvatam rasajnanam swadu swadu pade pade. That was the verse. So what he said was, Shaunaka, we all the sages, however, do not feel thorough satisfaction in hearing about the glorious deeds of Krishna because he is uttama sloka vikrama. Ut udgadam tamaha. The moment you hear to the sloka, the kirti, the praises of Krishna, tamaha ut gachati. All the tamoguna goes away and you become pure sattvic. That is the kind of vikrama or leelas Krishna had. That was the 19th verse. Now today we are doing this 20th verse. There Sridhara has a small introduction. He says in the Avatarika, Ataha Sri Krishna Charitani Kathayet Ityashayena Ahuhu. Ataha means because we are not able to have tripti by listening to the stories of Krishna, Krishna Charitani Kathaya. Narrate to us the stories of Krishna. That is what he is going to talk about in this verse. Now we will look in this 20th verse. Kritavan kila viryani Saharamena Keshava Ati Martyani Bhagavan Guda Kapatamanushaha. There is a verse. So Padacheda is Kritavan Kila Karmani Saha Ramena Keshavaha Ati Martyani Bhagavan Gudaha Kapatamanushaha. There is a Padacheda. And the Anvaya meaning would be Kritavan means past tense, like Akarot. Kritavan, Drishtavan, Gadavan. Whenever you have the word van, it is past tense in Sanskrit. So if you know any dhatu, add van, you get the past tense. Bhuktavan means ate. So Kritavan means did. Kim Kritavan? Karmani Kritavan. He did actions. Kritavan means he did actions. What kind of actions? Ramena Saha. So along with Rama. Here Rama means Balarama because there are three Ramas. One is Parashurama, the other one is Sri Rama, and the third one is Balarama. So here Ramena in Bhagavatam context, Ramena means along with Balarama. Krishna is never separate from Rama. Saha Ramena Keshavaha. That we will see how they are inseparable. It's a concept, so that we will see. So Ramena Saha Keshavaha Sri Krishna Ati Martyani. Martyani Ati. Martyam means Martum Yogyam, human. That is Martyam. Ati Martyam means superhuman. So that is the meaning of Ati Martyani, superhuman. Bhagavan means Sri Krishna, Ishvara. Gudaha. Disguising as Manushaha, Kapata Manushaha. As though having an appearance of a Manushya, of a man. So having the appearance of man or a Manushya or disguising as Gudha, Atimartyani Karmani, what kind of superhuman actions? Ramena Saha Keshavaha Kritavan. What kind of actions did Keshava Krishna do along with Balarama? That is a question. Saharamena Keshavaha. So that is a key sentence. That is a key word in this whole sloka. Ramena Saha means, in Sanskrit there is an expression, Sahayukte Apradhane. Whatever you put the word along with, Guruna Saha Shishyaha Agataha. The disciple came along with the Guru. Meaning the disciple is lesser and Guru is greater. Sahayukte apradhane. Whichever carries the word saha or along with it, that is a lesser thing. That is a part. That is an auxiliary. That is inferior. So here Keshava is superior and Balarama is accompanying Krishna. Though he is elder, though he is a Jeshta, still because of this word Saha, he is an Angi, he is a Shesha of Keshava. So this Balarama, just like Krishna, he is also a son of Vasudeva. As far as father is concerned, both Balarama and Sri Krishna has got the same Vasudeva as the father. So Vasudeva and Devaki was the original mother of Balarama. But the Yoga Maya, she did a womb transfer. In the womb itself, Balarama was transferred to Rohini, who was another wife of Vasudeva. So Krishna was blue in color, Balarama was white in color, but Balarama always dresses in blue. He always likes Neela Vastra. He was brought up along with Krishna by Nanda in Gokula. And Balarama is called as Hali. Hali means one who has got Halam. Halam is the name of the Ayudha, Halayudha. That is the name of Balarama. Halayudha means a plowshare, a plow. And it also has got a name. The name of Hala or plow of Balarama is called Samvartakam. Saunandamasya Musalam Tasya Samvartakam Halam. That's what the Amarkosha says. Or the Tippani says of Amarkosha. So this Rama Balarama was a lifelong associate of Krishna. And he shared all the experience of life along with Sri Krishna. His wife was called as Revati. Revati Ramano Ramaha. That's how the Amarkosha presents Balarama. Is Revati Ramana. His wife's name is Revati. And another name of Balarama is Sankarshana. And both this Krishna and Rama, they had a sister called Subhadra, who eventually marries Arjuna. So while growing up, this both Rama and Krishna, before going to Vrindavana, they met with a lot of calamities together. Because the Kamsa, he won't keep quiet. Kamsa knows that this Krishna is going to kill him one day. That is a prediction by Narada. So he sends an Asura called Pralamba. What did Pralamba do? He carried this Balarama like a backpack on his back and he started running away outside the village. Now this Balarama is the avatar of Adishesha. He is the avatar of Ananta Avatara. Just like in Ramayana, Lakshmana was the avatar of Adishesha. Lakshmana was Ramanuja, the avatar of Adishesha. So he started carrying this Balarama on his back and started running away. The entire world is carried by Ananta. So Ananta means one who can, Adishesha means one who can carry huge weight. So Pralamba naturally failed to carry this Balarama on his back because his weight started increasing and he crushes this Pralamba. He dies in the hands of Balarama. Likewise, Gardabasura and the elephant of Kamsa, known as Kuvalaya Pida, they are all slain by both Rama and Krishna. Krishna is presented as very delightful, chanchala, playful, and Rama is presented as Prasanna Gambhira, very graceful and very udara. If Duryodhana comes and asks for help, he will take my Sena. He is very generous and very shanta, calm. And he was always fulfilling Krishna's wishes because he was the big brother. So he acted like that and started fulfilling all the wishes of Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna actually chose Arjuna as his ally. So in order to create balance, because what is the job of Adishesha, Balarama's origin? Adishesha balances the entire world. So in order to balance the act of Krishna, since Krishna chooses Arjuna, to create balance, Balarama chooses Duryodhana as his ally. And Balarama was also the teacher of Duryodhana. This is also to convey that everyone has to be respected. You cannot take sides. You have to be equal to everyone. So he actually helps Duryodhana. Because everywhere, Balarama being Adishesha, he sees Antaryami everywhere. Wherever he is looking, he is only seeing the Antaryami. That is what they say in the Shastra. Deho Devalaya Proktaha. Any Deha, let it be a microbe, a bird, or a human, Asura, Deva, all these bodies, they are all Devalaya. Because the Antaryami resides in there. It enshrines the Antaryami. In a Devalaya, you will see several Devatas. In each sthana, you will find, or to the north, Brahma will be facing. To the east, Shiva will be facing. To west, Vishnu will be facing. Towards Dakshina, Rudra or Dakshina Murti will be facing. So each deity has got a place in the Devalaya. Similarly, in the body also, all these Devatas are actually occupying this body. It is called Devata Ayatanam. That's what they say. Agnirme Vachishritaha. Agni is the deity which blesses the speech. The limbs, all the limbs have different deities. The limbs are blessed by Indra. Indrome Baleshritaha. And Brihaspati is the deity of intellect. And Varuna is the deity of water. Surya is the deity of eyesight. And Soma or Chandra is the deity of the mind. Chandrama Manaso Jataha. And so on. So that's why they say Saumyam Manaha. May your mind be Saumya. Why? Because without Soma, your mind cannot be Saumya. It cannot be normal. It cannot be graceful. So you need Chandra's Anugraha to have a cheerful disposition. So this Balarama, in order to balance it out, he had great respect for everyone. So Duryodhana was also liked by him. And he offers all his Sena, Narayani Sena for Duryodhana. But he recognizes that Pandavas are very dharmic. So he says to Duryodhana not to fight the Pandavas. But Duryodhana is blinded by greed. Just like Ravana was blinded by Kama. Ati Kama Dashananaha Ati Lobhat Siyodhanaha. Because of this Lobha, greed, he did not heed to Balarama's advice. And he goes and fights his Pandavas. So Balarama understood that the fight is going to be doomed. So he refuses to oblige himself and goes back to Dwaraka, where another fate is waiting to meet him. What was that? For the last time, there is a huge destructive fight started by Samba. And all the Yadavas, they fight with each other. And because of this fight, he quietly goes to the Samudra Tata and he sits there in yogic posture, because it is Adishesha, as Patanjali, who gave us the Yoga Shastra. So he sits in a yogic posture and enters the ocean, goes to Kshetrasagara. So that is how this Rama had helped Sri Krishna. That's why they are asking, Ramena Saha Keshava. This Krishna and Balarama are called Nitya Abhinna. You cannot separate them. It is called interdependency. The technical word that is used in Shastra is called Ayuta Siddhi. That is the definition of Ayuta Siddhi. Yayoho Dayoho Ekam Avinishyad Apara Ashritam Eva Avatishtate. Dayoho, among the two, that certain ideas are essentially logically united until the other one goes away. So this union of two, the interdependency of these two things is called as Ayuta Siddhi. So because of that, this Krishna and Rama are inseparable, because Krishna is Vishnu, Sheshi. Sheshi means one who possesses Shesha. And Shesha is one who is possessed. Why? Because he is the bed. Adishesha is the bed of, he is the locus of Vishnu. Vishnu is sitting on, but the bed belongs to Vishnu. So Vishnu is Sheshi. Like if you have Dhanam, you are a Dhani. And because Shesha belongs to Vishnu, Vishnu is Sheshi. Ashesham, the entire thing belongs to Vishnu. That is why Vishnu is Sheshi. And we are all Shesha. But Balarama is Adi Shesha. He precedes us all. And his name is Ananta, and he is also Vishnu because he is part of Vishnu's retinue. So this Adi Shesha is the way for us to get to Sheshi. Why? Because if you want to get to the site of Sheshi, you have to have the grace of Adi Shesha. By invoking the grace of Adi Shesha, you can get to Krishna. That's why this name Rama, it existed much before Balarama was born or Rama was born. That's why they were able to name it to him. And the name Rama is the source of Omkara. They say that Nama is name and Nami is the one who has the name. And the Nami and Nama are the same. There is no difference. Only thing is what kind of name that is. That is what makes it great. If the name belongs to a timeless entity, then that powers of that name is also timeless and limitless. But if that name belongs to a poor person with limitations, then the name will not have any powers. So this Ramanama is ancient, way before Ayodhya Rama or Dwaraka Rama or Parashurama was born. And it is filled with potential powers. It is way superior than the Nami, the person who has this name. Because both the Nirguna and Saguna aspects of Brahman are tasted and realized by the power of name. When Tyagaraja Swami of Tiravayaru, he chanted the Ramanama Koti. When he chanted Ramakoti, what he realized was the Nirguna Brahman. He says that. And this Hare Rama, Hare Krishna mantra, when they say Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, there the Rama is Balarama. It invokes actually this Krishna avatara. Both Rama and Krishna, they are invoked in that Mahamantra. So this Balarama is called as Hali, or the one who holds this hala or plow in his hand. What is the meaning of this plow? Plow means effort. It means sacrifice. Because in yajnas, they plow the field first and then they make the yajna mandapa. And in order to get vegetation, agriculture, then also you plow. So in agriculture it is plowing, in yajna it is sacrifice. Any effort you do, it is backed by this motivation and clarity. If you want to attain any goal, you have to have effort. And to make that effort, we need motivation. And this motivation is what makes us constantly able to attain our goals. And how do we get this motivation? How do you motivate yourself in order to pursue all your goals continuously? Only by the grace of Bhagavan. That's what we say in the Gayatri Mantra. Prachodayat, motivate. So this effort, this continuous effort, that's what Balarama is. He is the one with absolute and continuous srama or effort. And this effort is what brings about changes in this creation. For that, Balarama is, Adi Shesha is responsible. And he never gets tired in serving Vishnu. This untiring commitment to dharma or sacrifice or yajna is represented by this Rama, by this Balarama. That is why we take the name of Rama first. Hare Rama, we say that. And then we take the Krishna Nama, because the word Krishna, Rama is full of effort, full of activity, hard work, sacrifice. But Krishna is Jnanam, Purnam, pure Anandam. That's what they say. It's Nirvriti, it's ecstasy, it's happiness. Krishna means Krisha and Na. Krishir Bhu Vachaka Shabdaha. Nastu nirvriti vachakaha. Kru means existence, be, and na means happy. So just being happy, pure happiness. So the effort of chanting, that is Rama, the result thereof, attaining of one's Swarupa and being in one's Swarupa, that is Krishna. So merely saying Krishna, 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 that makes one magically happy. Just by repeating that name, one becomes very happy. Shankara actually quotes in Vishnu Sahasranama the Linga Purana, which talks about the greatness of Krishnanama, how it can give you all happiness. This is the verse he quotes. Samsara sarpa sandashta nashta cheshtaika bheshajam Krishnedi Vaishnavam mantram Srutva mukto bhaven naraha. One is freed by listening, just by listening the name Krishna. Why? Because it's a mantra of Vishnu. The only antidote in the case of a person rendered unconscious, senseless by the bite of poisonous snake of samsara. And another verse from Linga Purana is Adipataka yuktopi dhyayan nimishamachyutam sadyas tapasvi bhavati pankti pavana pavanaha. Adipataka yuktaha, even if one is guilty of the most heinous of crimes, he has committed all sorts of crimes, such a person is called as Adipataki. But if he concentrates for a moment his mind on Krishna, Nimisham Achyudam Yaha Dhyayan, contemplating, Tapasvi Bhavati, he becomes a holy man. Pankti Pavana Pavanaha, puring the assembly of pure men. So that is the greatness of Krishnanama. And one more verse, 2nd canto, 7th chapter, 11th verse. Alodya sarva shastrani vicharya cha punah punah idam ekam sunishpannam dhyeyo narayana sada sada narayanaha dhyeyaha. Sarvani shastrani alodya, having thoroughly ransacked, having searched all the shastras, vicharya punah punaha, and having pondered into the matter over and over again, punah punaha vicharya, idam ekam sunishpannam sunischitam sunishpannam. This final conclusion has been arrived by me. Dhyeyo narayana sada, always meditate on Krishna. Also in the Mahabharata, in the Shanti Parva, the 47th chapter, 91st verse, they talk about the greatness of Krishna Pranama. Ekopi Krishnascha Krita Pranamaha Deshashwamedhena Shatena Tulyaha Deshashwamedhi Punareti Mrityum Krishna Pranami Na Punarmrityumeti. Ekobi Krishnascha Krita Pranamaha. Even once a single prostration to Sri Krishna, Pranamaha, done in a proper manner. Deshashwamedhena Shatena Tulyaha is equally in merit to 10 heart sacrifices duly completed. Deshashwamedhi punar mrityumeti. The Ashwamedha Yaga, the person who has done that act of Ashwamedha, meaning the sacrificer, he returns to birth. Punaha mrityumeti, he returns back. Krishna pranami na punar mrityumeti. But one who prostrates before Sri Krishna has no rebirth. So what is this proper manner of chanting Krishnanama? How do you properly take Harinama? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has written only 8 verses. He threw away all his other works, saying it's all waste because there is no Krishna. He was a great Tarka Vidwan, Tarka Pandit. But he only left Shikshashtakam for us. The 3rd verse in Shikshashtakam, it talks about the quality of a person who is fit, who is an adhikari, who is eligible to take Harinama. What is the verse? Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sada harihi. Harihi sada kirtaniyaha. Sada, always one should chant the name of Hari. How? Sunichena trinadapi. In a very humble state of mind. Mind filled with humility. Thinking himself lower than the grass in the street. Trinadapi sunichena. Then what? Tarorapi sahishnuna. Taruhu means a tree. One should be more sahishnu. Sahishnu means saburi, tolerant. So one should be more tolerant than a tree. Tree means what? Shower or shine, it will just stay happily. So without pride, amanina, be ready to manadena, ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one should chant the name of Sri Hari constantly. The third verse of Shikshashtaka. There was in Kanchipuram, the Kanchimat, there was a very, very great celebrated saint. His name is Bhagavan Nama Bodhendra. So, he has written this book called Nama Rasayanam, and there he talks about Namaparadha Desha, 10 offenses again Harinama. These are the 10 offenses Bodhendra talks. Sanninda Asati Nama Vaibhava Katha Sri Sheshayor Bhedadihi Asraddha Sruti Shastra Deshika Giram Namnyartavada Brahmaha Namastiti Nishiddha Vritti Vihita Tyagauja Karmantare Samyam Sri Shamaheshayoho Bahuvidham Nama Paradha Dasha. So these are the 10 Dasha Aparadha against Nama. Number 1 is Sat Ninda. Doing Ninda, being critical or cultivating enmity with Sat Purushas. What is Sat? Gita says, Yajne tapasidane cha sadityedat prayujyate prashaste karmani tatha Sat Shabda Partha Yujyate. Hey Partha, Sat Shabda is used in yajna, in sacrificing. Anybody who sacrifices, who gives up the results for the sake of others, who puts in effort for others, for Ishvara, that is Sat. Then Tapasi, a person who is sitting and doing Harinama. Though it appears that he is not doing anything for the betterment of the world, the mere chanting, it creates tremendous energy and synergy around him. So yajna, tapas, and then dhanam, charity, giving one's time or one's property, one's efforts, one's wealth for the sake of others, for helping others. This is called as Sat. So people who engage in these activities are called as Satpurusha. And you should not do Ninda. Never have any jealousy or any kind of enmity with these people. That's the number 1 offense against Nama. If you do Sanninda and if you do Namajapam, it is like Gajasnanam. Gajasnanam means what? It takes bath and comes and puts mud on its head. So Nama will not have any effect. The second one is Asati Nama Vaibhava Katha. Asat means one who is not Sat, meaning a faithless person, a Nastika. To him, you should not share this information about the glories of Bhagavan. There is no Bhagavatam for him. Why? Because it will have the opposite effect. And it also will be, time will be useless. So Asati Nama Vaibhava Katha is second Nama Parada. The third one, Srisha Ishayor Bhedadihi. So I will not worship Vishnu. Why? Because I am a Shaivite. I am a Shiva Bhakta. That is wrong. You cannot have Veda Buddhi between Shiva and Vishnu because they are the same thing. two sides of the same coin. That is what he says in the Vishnu Purana. He talks about that. What does he say? Tvaya yat abhyam dattam tad akhilam maya. Tvaya yat abhyam dattam tad dattam akhilam maya. Matto vibhinnam atmanam drashtum narhasi shankara. Yoham sattvam jagatchedam sadeva manusham avidya mohitatmanaha purushaha bhinnadarshinaha. Purushaha bhinnadarshinaha. Purushaha are bhedadarshinaha. Why? Because avidya mohita atmanaha. Their atma, their mind, their intellect is covered with avidya, ignorance. That is why they see this bedam. If you don't have avidya, if you have vidya, you will not see this bedam. What does he say? O Antaratma, O soul of the universe, O Shankara, you and I are one. Shiva and Vishnu are the same. Because as the cause of this world, the Ishvara causes this world. And hence, they are one and the same. During evolution, we are separate in respect of our functions. Only because of the Upadhi Beda, one is doing Sthiti and one is doing Samhara. Because of the Upadhi Beda, they appear as though different. In the workplace, he appears as a teacher. But the same person, when he comes home, she becomes a mother. So the mother is not different from teacher. Similarly, Shiva is not different from Vishnu. So, Tvaya yad abhyam dattam. He who has obtained your protection, who has surrendered to you, he has also obtained my protection. I also give Saranagati for such a person. So, O Shankara, is in no way you are different from me. Men whose minds are deluded by avidya or ignorance, they see this difference. Bhedakrit papakrit bhaved. Purushaha bhinnadarshinaha. They are the one who see the difference. So that is the third offense. What? Srisha Ishayoho Bhedadi. Sri Isha. Srisha. Srisha means Hari. Isha means Shiva. Harihara Bhedam. That should not be done. The fourth one is Asraddha Sruti Shastra Deshika Giram. Srutishu Asraddha. In scriptural study, you should not neglect Vedic study. You should not say, I will retire and study it. Then Shastreshu Asraddha. Shastra means science, inquiry. You should inquire into your states of, your conditions. All the different states your mind is undergoing. You have to do that Atma Shodhanam with the help of Shastram. And Deshika Gira. Deshika means Upadeshakaha, a person who teaches. That you have to consider as Pramanam, as authentic. And never disobey these orders of scriptures, Shastras and teachers. And the seventh one is Namni Arthavada Brahmaha. Arthavadam, thinking that Nama is Arthavadam. What is Arthavadam? Arthavadam means amplification of facts. The Veda will say that sometimes. Vayurvai Kshepishtha Devata. Vayu is a very, very swift giver of fruits. So if you do Vayu Stuti, Pavamana Suktam, if you chant, immediately you will get result. It kind of amplifies, gives more importance to Vayu than other Devatas. But in the case of Hari's name or Hara's name, you should not think that it is mere amplification of facts. You have to really believe that Harinama is Mokshakaram. It can give you what you aspire for. So you should not think it is Arthavada. You should not merely think that it is a statement of amplification, glorification. So Harinama is not a glorified chant Hari's name. That is not a glorified statement. It's not Arthavada. It's a Vidhi. It is something which is to be followed with full faith. That is the meaning of Arthavada Brahmaha. Not having that mistaken notion that Hari's name is Arthavada. Then the eighth one is Namastiti Nishiddhavritti. Because I have name, I have got this Upadesha, I will chant 1000 Nama and make my neighbor suffer, may some kind of bad luck befall him because I don't like him. So you should not use this for performance of prohibited acts on the strength of Bhagavan Nama. That's the 8th offense. The 9th one is Vihita Tyaga. Tyaga is giving up. Vihita means what is Vihitam, what is prescribed. So you are prescribed certain duties as parents, you have to do parental duties. But you cannot say, I will go and sit and meditate and give up my parental duties. So not performing the prescribed duties in the guise of chanting Bhagavan Nama, that is called as Vihita Tyaga. That also is an aparadha. The last one is Karmantere Samyam Srisha Maheshayoho Namani. So there are several karmas you can do to get results. In order to get to a destination, you have several paths. So you cannot say that chanting Harinama is one such path. You cannot equate chanting Hari's name with other paths. Because this Harinama is very unique. But if you see it equal to other path, then you are actually putting down the efficacy of Hari's Nama. Hence, Karmantere Samyam, or considering the names of Hari or Hara like any other purificatory acts or Prayachita karma. Those karmas are the same as Harinama Japa. That you should not do. So if you avoid all these 10 aparadhas, then you will get the full effect of chanting Rama's name, Krishna's name. So avoid all this aparadha and say Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. That we have to do, the Nama Japa. So we said that this Adishesha or Balarama, he comes as Adishesha comes as Balarama. In Ramayana, he comes as Lakshmana. That is what they say. Whenever the avatars Rama, or as Krishna, or as Balarama, when he arrives, Vishnu, the entire retinue of the gods also, they come. That's what they say in Ramayana. Aji Janat Ramachandram, Aji Janat Tatas Shakro, Valinam Nama Vanaram, Shakraha. Shakraha means Indraha. When Vishnu was born as Rama, Shakraha or Indra is born as Vali Nama Vanaraha. Indra becomes Vali. Sugrivam Pipi Martando Hanumantancha Marutaha. And Maruta, the Vayu, is born as Hanuman. And Martandaha means Adityaha, Surya. Surya is born as Sugriva. Puraiva Janayamasa Jambavantam cha Patmajaha. Patmajaha means Brahmaji. Brahmaji is born as Jambavan. Eva Manyecha Vibudaha Kapin Ajanayan Buhun. So like that, Vibudaha, the gods, whenever Vishnu goes, because Vishnu is going there to help the gods to establish dharma, so that people will propitiate them with proper acts. Because they are going for Devakarya, Devas also follow him. So like in Ramayana, in Krishna Avatara also, so Adishesha comes as Balarama, and Indra was Vali then, now he comes as Arjuna. Surya was Sugriva, now he comes as Karna. Yama comes as Yudhishthira. Vayu comes as Bhima. Earlier he was Maruti. The Ashwani Kumaras, they comes as Nakula and Sahadeva. And Rudra, he comes as Ashwathama. And Chandra, he comes as Abhimanyu. And Brihaspati, he comes as Uddhava. And Gandharvas comes as Ugrasena. And the Kali Purusha, he comes as Duryodhana. And Indrajit, Ravana's son, he comes as Dushasana. And Yama as Vidura. So on so forth. All these gods, they also come along with their retinue in order to help this Krishna Avatara. So that is what these rishis are asking. Along with Rama, Ramena Saha, Atimartyani, superhuman leelas. What leelas did Krishna do? Kritavan Kila Karmani Saharamena Keshava Atimartyani Bhagavan Gudah Kapatamanushaha. Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषा गो ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति।